So as the walk gets closer, had the idea to ask people within the theme park community, what does mental health mean to them? A simple question to hopefully encourage people who are struggling just to talk and, be open about what they're going through. Because, well, talking is the most important thing that you can do, I think. And of course, if we're asking other people to do this for us, it's right that we also contribute to this video ourselves. So I'll start with saying what mental health means to me. And it's difficult, isn't it, really, when you think about it, when you put on the spot and ask to talk about your mental health. For me, it's something that I've learnt to live with, something that I've really struggled with a lot. And it almost comes in waves for me. At different points in my life, it's been worse. I've struggled with depression and anxiety, and I still struggle to this day with anxiety in particular. Even though I'm doing better mentally, my anxiety still just stops me sometimes from doing stuff, or makes me think I shouldn't go somewhere, or puts that to mind about people that I know and like friends, and it's really difficult to manage. But what I found is just talking to people helps so much. For me personally, if I didn't open up, especially when I've been in those worst places I've been in, I don't know what I'd done. And that's why these walks mean so much to me and to Austin. And that's why I care so much about good mental health. I care about people doing what they need to feel better, whether that's reaching out to someone like Mind or Samaritans or any of the others. I've contacted Samaritans before. Or if it's just talking to a friend or a family member. It's something just like that, and it makes such a big difference. And I just hope that if you are someone who is struggling, you do just talk to someone. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter how, just talk to someone. If you talk to someone, then you can get you on that path to a better place. And as difficult as it may be when you're in it, you will come out of it. So you just got to keep going, and you got to rely on those people around you and find those ways of coping with it and understand how to get better. So yeah, let's, I guess, carry on with the video and see what everyone else has got to say.
Hi, it's Bart. Mental health for me means taking care of myself so I can take care of my family and friends.
What does mental health mean to me? I think if you struggle with mental health, or you know someone who struggles, it's important to remember that we all have those days when we're not feeling 100%, but that's okay. But it's especially in those times that we need to be supportive to each other, but also to ourselves, surrounding ourselves with people who love us, or just be a lending ear. You never know how much that can help someone, and you, Tom and Austin, are doing just that by supporting mental health with your another crazy walk. So bravo, guys.
So just wanted to share a little bit about my thoughts on mental health. So this is purely my personal experience, but I think in the last year, one change I've made in my life that I think has been really beneficial is being really proactive about my mental health, because I think before I almost waited until things were bad before I started trying to make my mental health better. But when we think about the term mental health, I think if we compare it to physical health, there's things you can do that are beneficial to your physical health that isn't just when you have an injury and when you have an illness. You can exercise regularly, which I don't do, or eat healthily, which I also don't do. But those are things that you can do which are good for your physical health, even if things aren't necessarily going bad. And I think the last year I've done a lot of good things for my mental health proactively, not waiting until things went bad. And one big thing I think I've made that has helped me as a change was getting involved in the theme park community and meeting like-minded, wonderful people and spending time with them at places that are really meaningful to me, riding roller coasters and I've had such a good time. And two of the best people I've met are Tom and Austin, who are doing this walk. So I think if you want to do something good for other people's mental health, I think Mind is an amazing charity. So please donate to their cause. I've donated, and I'm so proud of them and excited to see how their walk goes.
Hi guys, John here from Y.M.C.A Coasters. So mental health to me is something that can't be taken for granted. I mean, I've struggled with my own mental health in the past, so I've got that first-hand experience. And everyone will normally recognise the signs if someone is struggling with their mental health. But what we need to think about is sometimes if people don't show these typical signs, people can be struggling really bad, but yet appear to be getting on with life and being the life and soul of the party. The important thing is to talk if you are struggling though. If someone does open up to you, don't be frightened to listen. The roller coaster community has got a lot of love in it and a lot of genuinely great people who will be there for you. And don't forget that. The guys at Y.M.C.A Coasters are doing a fantastic job in raising awareness of mental health. So thank you both for taking on another huge walking challenge for Mind charity, and I wish you all the very best, guys. Take care, everybody out there.
Poor mental health is something that many of us will struggle with across our lifetime. I personally have previously struggled with depression, and I'm facing an ongoing battle with anxiety. But by managing it and seeking treatment, it's definitely getting better, and I'm the happiest now I've ever been. So if you are struggling, please talk to someone. And well done to the boys for yet another hellacious walk. Proud of you.
Hey guys, the boys over at Y.M.C.A Coasters have very kindly invited me onto the channel to have a talk about something very close to me, which is mental health. Having struggled with my own mental health and having lost friends to their mental health battles, it's a topic that I really care about, and I want to talk a little bit about speaking out and how important it can be. I was once someone who truly believed that my mental health should be my problem and that I shouldn't go and talk to anyone else about it, which is a completely backwards way of me thinking about it. I was completely wrong, and it led me into pretty deep depression with some pretty deep waters, which thankfully I'm now out of. Trying to deal with it all yourself will just lead to all of your problems piling up. It won't actually solve anything, it will just push things to the side and internalize it. And eventually you're going to run out of space at the side to push things to. This is why speaking to people that you trust about anything that might be troubling you is so important. You might feel like you're burdening them with your problems, but you're not. You might feel like your problems are too small compared to other people's, but they're not. If it's troubling you, it's a valid problem, and speaking with your mates about it is the best way to help you solve those issues. And if you just guard it or internalize it, it's just going to grow. I think society is genuinely moving into a better place when it comes to dealing with mental health issues, because talking isn't some sign of weakness or failure. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign of courage. And to the people you're talking to, it's a sign of trust and respect. On top of that, if you feel like you need more specialized help, you can always go to therapy or counseling sessions, which can be offered for free on the NHS, or you can go to charities such as Mind, which Tom and Austin are supporting in their walk. Boys, I wish you the best of luck in your walk. You have my support the entire way. I think what you're doing is absolutely incredible, and you're inspiring the entire community to get outside and help out with problems that they feel passionately about. Thank you guys very much for inviting me on. Keep doing what you're doing, and I hope to see all of you very soon. Cheers.
Mental health is so important because it really impacts all aspects of your life, whether it's your work life, your family, your friends, your hobbies, any of it. If you're not taking care of yourself mentally, it's going to bleed over. It's not a sign of weakness to acknowledge when you're at a low point and that you need to address it and that you need help. It's actually a sign of strength, because if you're not taking care of yourself and you're not taking care of your mental health, it's going to really take the enjoyment out of life, and you need to stay on top of it. So, keep on fighting the good fight. And
so here we are on Enzo, me and Leanne, and we want to wish Y.M.C.A Coasters all the very best with their walk from coast to coast, ending up at Pleasure Beach Resort. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Best bit coming up. Best bit. Woo!
So, what does mental health mean to me? Well, if you don't know who I am Bez from the Life of Bez YouTube channel. And, you know, mental health to me it's that emotional well-being, that social wellness, you know, being with the right people socially kind of helps, you know, mentally everything tick a bit better. I personally, you know, my mental health journey has been a bit of a strange one. I was excessively overweight. I was really down, didn't really have any direction, know what I was doing. And, you know, I sort of had to start moving in a different direction. I made some big choices and changed my health and the way I was, you know, exploring my physical health, which affected my mental health. You know, I lost a lot of weight, which over time improved my mental health. And, you know, I've gained a hell of a lot of new friends, which again helped to improve that mental health. You know, we still have good days and bad days, but that is part of who we are as humans, part of who we are as people. And don't ever feel like, you know, if you're having a bad day, you can't talk about it, because talking to people, for me personally, is the main thing. I mean, if I didn't talk to somebody for a day, I'd feel very down. And it's kind of like, you know, communication and just being able to say to people, right, I'm having a bit of a bad day, like, any advice, you know, something like that, sometimes just helps pick you up a little bit. Or just waking up and going, you know what, positivity, just gotta be positive today, no matter what. It could be the most boring, mundane day you've got planned, but just a little bit of positivity helps go a long way, and it helps, you know, you feel a little bit better about what's going on. World's a scary place. But, you know, get building a community around you, having people that you can speak to, for me, I think is the main thing for people's mental health. And, you know, I'm involved with Man vs. Fat and Andy's Man Club and things like that, and they are doing massive things for especially men's mental health. But also, you know, there's plenty of groups out there for women as well. And I hope that, you know, anyone that joins these things, I mean, myself, I've had a lot more success having a group of 50, 60 lads around that are all doing the same thing. They're trying to lose weight and they're trying to improve themselves mentally. And it is, you know, again, that community aspect that's really helping build and grow people's feelings about themselves and their own self-confidence, their own self-belief, and just improving people's mental health. So yeah, that's, you know, in a nutshell, that's kind of my feelings on it. But I mean, really personally, the theme park stuff's great. Absolutely love it. Going to Disney, it just relieves all kind of stress and everything else. So that's my own personal thing. But again, doing that with people that I absolutely love and adore really helps make that experience so much better. And yeah, just set a goal and just keep pushing, and just don't stop, and don't let anyone tell you can't do something. Just keep going, and that's the best thing.
Hello everyone, my name is Emily. I am a theme park content creator, and I'm here to talk about the fact that Y.M.C.A coasters are absolutely exceeding last year's walk. They are walking from Fantasy Island in Skegness all the way to Pleasure Beach Resort in Blackpool in aid of the mental health charity called Mind. And I just wanted to talk about mental health and my experience with it a little bit. So if you feel like you might get upset, please just skip past. I don't want to upset you. So with mental health, I've always been very open online. When I was younger, I got diagnosed with emotional dysregulation disorder, anxiety and depression. I've done CBT, I've done DBT, I've done counselling, I've been on antidepressants. I was on fluoxetine / Prozac, and I used to also be on melatonin. And quite honestly, this sounds really cliche, but I have found personally with my own mental health, the best thing I ever did was talk about how I felt, and anyone who invalidated how I felt, I removed from my life, basically, as cruel as that sounds. You genuinely do just have to surround yourself with people who understand, or if they don't understand, they try and understand what you're going through. I feel like with mental health, like we hear like, oh, you know, if you're really struggling or whatever, talk about it. You sort of hear that and go, yeah, but genuinely, please talk about it, even if it's to me or a family member or a friend. Like, it is so significant that you talk about how you feel. And if you're on antidepressants, or if you're doing CBT or DBT or anything like that, that is nothing to be ashamed of. Realistically, this world can be really cruel, and any help that you can get that you feel works, you take it, you go for it. You know, like mental health, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And how you feel is just completely valid. Like, it is, how you feel is never not true. Never let anyone say to you that how you feel isn't correct, because only you know how you feel at the end of the day. And yeah, I do just want to say that even if you feel like you are having more bad days at the moment, I promise you there will be good days. You know, there's one day I can lay in bed and say, oh, you know, like, I don't know who I am, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not where I want to be, I'm not sure if I'll ever get to where I want to be. And then, I don't know, a few days later, I'm at a theme park with my friends, having a laugh and really enjoying life. And I have genuinely learned over the past few years that life is so short, and even me, don't have a clue. And it's just so important to wake up every morning and think, right, yesterday was yesterday, today's a new day, and I'm going to try and get out of bed, I'm going to try and brush my teeth, I'm going to try and have a shower. You know, like, the really, really small things are what makes the biggest difference. Like, you know, when I was younger, there were times I wouldn't shower or I wouldn't brush my teeth or whatever else, because I just couldn't even find the motivation to do it. And even though that might sound a bit vile to some people, like, that is the reality. Like, you know, I'd struggle to clean my room or whatever else because I couldn't mentally get myself to do it. And it's just really important that even if you are someone watching this who may not necessarily have, you know, some struggles with them and your mental health, it's still so important you listen to this and you understand what other people are going through, and like, you try to understand, because that's what makes a difference. You know, like, I'm so glad that mental health is more talked about. But I do just want to say that you've heard it before, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, you might then go back into a tunnel. I'm never going to say that you get out and then life is great and it is for the rest of your life, because that's realistically not true. But you're going to have bad days and you're going to have good days. But you just have to get through it and really enjoy the good days, because life is so short and you need to make the most of it. I just want to say I wish Y.M.C.A coasters the best of luck. I will, fingers crossed, be there at Blackpool. And yeah, obviously I could talk forever about mental health, but I just wanted to say mine is an incredible charity. If you're struggling with anything, if you have been diagnosed with anything, or you feel like you do have, I don't know, something, like, go onto the Mind website. They throw you in the right way for advice and everything else. But yeah, please never keep anything to yourself. Please talk, and please don't feel like you have to struggle alone.
Hi guys, it's Chris and Rachel from Attraction Source here, and thank you to Y.M.C.A coasters who have asked us about what does mental health mean to us. Now, for us, funnily enough, we're filming this at one of our events, and it could be perceived that we'd actually be advertising it, but we're not. A big incentive for us to do these events is actually people's mental health and bringing people together. It's nothing like, you can't beat the feeling of bringing like-minded people together, especially those that are entering the community and coming to an activity like this for the first time. It's really rewarding to get great feedback and just see people have a really fantastic day. And ultimately, you know, little things like that we feel can really affect mental health. So our advice to anyone in the community, you know, if you want to meet like-minded people, go to an event, you know, whether it be one of ours or, you know, anyone else's. It's really worthwhile and you won't regret it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for asking us to do this video. All the best, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, my name is Ben, and today I've been asked to talk about what mental health means to me. Mental health is like a balance between physical and mental health, because mental health can have physical symptoms on people. My personal experiences with mental health is that there's always someone there to talk to. Family or friends is a great place, but if not, then there is other people that you can speak to. Mental health can affect your sleep, it can affect your day-to-day activities, and it can affect your all-around well-being. And it's very important that you keep track of your mental health and you don't let it slip. And there's always ways that you can resolve these mental health issues. Knowing you're not alone is one of the biggest ways, but also having a support group of friends or your family, like I mentioned earlier, really is one of the best ways. To me, mental health is very important, and make sure you check in on your friends and family.
Hi, I've been asked to talk about mental health by the Y.M.C.A guys, Tom and Austin. It's probably something that's difficult for some people to talk about, and some people can relate to it a lot. Personally, myself, I've never had any mental health problems. I know quite a few people have. Most disturbingly, my father, which it wasn't really addressed really years ago. He had called, it's probably bordering like his dementia really. So I don't know if this is like a mental health, but it means a lot to me. He had a rare disease called Pick's disease. My dad was the sort of person who'd never swear, never raise a hand to anybody. He loved us kids. He was such a good person. I try to do my best to emulate him. Obviously, it doesn't always work. But he got beat up once and mugged by a couple of lads, and it affected him seriously. And from this, he had these problems. And unfortunately, later on in life, it got worse and he deteriorated, and was had to go into a mental home for a while. And one thing happened after another, and he passed away. But my dad died probably 18 months before he passed away, my real dad, because of the mental health issues he had. I just wanted to tell people this story, and I want to thank Tom and Austin for asking me to do something for this. And take care and look after yourself, guys and girls.
Mental health is something that can affect and probably will affect all of us at some point, whether it's your mental health that's being affected or someone that you know's mental health and you're just there to talk to them, because at the end of the day, all someone needs is someone to talk to. And your mental health can be affected by anything. I know, speaking personally, something as small as a post on social media not performing as well as you expected, or work-related schedules and things like that. Anything can affect mental health, but all someone needs is someone to talk to, and sometimes people don't know who to talk to, or they might not have someone to talk to, which is where Mind Charity comes in. And so if you can donate anything at all, it would mean the world.
When I first met Tom, I told him that he and Austin were crazy for walking from Sheffield to Southampton, and even more so for deciding they wanted to do it again and walk from Skegness to Blackpool. This shows the importance that mental health is to both of them, with money raised going to a well-worthy cause. Everyone will struggle with mental health at some point in their life. It's important to make sure that there is support available when it is needed. Charities like Mind are a vital factor to providing support and raising awareness around mental health. Just want to say good luck to both of you guys. Deserve every pound raised, and I look forward to seeing you at Skegness in July. Cheers, guys. Bye.
I'm pretty sure most other people out there. Mental health's one of those topics that's so broad. I mean, I don't know how to talk about it, and I'm pretty sure most other people out there also don't know how to talk about it. But what Tom and Austin are doing, opening the conversation, they're making us talk about it. Around about this time last year, Dan, Marcus, Sam, and I, we rode Hero all day for Mind. And during that day, we very much lent on each other for the support to get through the challenge. It was tough, it was grueling, it was painful. Sorry, Flamingo Land, but it is painful. Just having people to talk to, it helps you get through things, and it's good. Talking is good. Being with people is good. Don't stop the conversation. Keep going. But yeah, what these lads are doing, Tom and Austin, it's fantastic, really. I doubt I could walk from Skegness to Blackpool. It's 168 miles. That's quite far. If you can, donate. I'm sure they'd very much appreciate the support. Yeah, good luck. take the blister plasters.
Hello, Tom and Austin. Thanks for inviting me onto this video to talk about mental health. It's something I could talk about for quite a long time, but don't worry, I'm not going to. I just want to use this little window just to emphasise the importance of talking if you're not feeling so great. You know, your mental health is as important as your physical health. And physical health is something that we all love to talk about. If we've got a cold, it's probably the first thing we're going to tell people when we get to work. Whereas with your mental health, if that's not as good as it could be, and you're feeling, even if you're just feeling a little bit down, it's very unlikely that you're going to go into work and start talking about it. And that's what I'd like to see normalised more and more. Because from my own experience and from experience of people around me that have suffered in the past with poor mental health, it's the talking to people that really helps. And I can't emphasise that enough. And that's why you guys doing this walk for raising money for Mind is a great thing. They provide loads of services for people that are suffering with poor mental health, and just the fact that they're given the opportunity for people to call them and speak to them, because it doesn't always have to be talking to someone you know. It could just be talking to a total stranger, and believe me, it will make you feel a million times better. That's what I find anyway, and I'm a massive advocate of that. Good luck with the walk, lads. I'll see you in Blackpool.
I've struggled with mental health for a long time now, more so ever since COVID, going into the lockdown, coming out of it, going back to uni. It's affected my life in ways I couldn't ever imagine when I was younger. That's why I want to do these walks. That's why I want to raise this money to give back to the people who helped me during those times, and to get the help for those who need it the most now, who are going through what I did back then, and to make the world that little bit of a better place.